Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be making what might be my last character interest tier list for KOF 15. The reason I made multiple for this game in the first place was because the team passes had 6 characters apiece and there was a good chance of characters changing places the more I played. This wasn't exactly meant to be a recurring thing per game, even if it is great for content. With that out of the way, let's talk about the characters. The only change since last time was Geese replacing Elizabeth on my main team. Having a projectile that travels across the screen is too useful to pass up. Plus I like the combo routes a little more. Orochi Yashiro, Yashiro's grappler variant. He really doesn't feel that interesting. His command normals are unique in that he can follow some of them up with CD, but if you want to use that in a combo, you can't start with a jumping heavy, which is what I'm used to doing. Aside from that, there's the jumping special that I assume can be used as a cross-up. It's kind of hard to tell with the block animations in this game. Orochi Shermie, just as graceful but way more deadly. Her combos do a pretty good amount of damage for how cheap and easy they are. I really like her lightning kicks, especially the bicycle kick she does for her level 3. Orochi Chris. The Orochi versions of these characters all have their moveset changed to something similar to the original Team Japan. So of course Chris is Kyo's counterpart, but I've also noticed some Iori in his moveset, like the overhead swipe or the ground projectile that erupts into a pillar. I'll have to see what his combos feel like to decide for sure if I want him on a team. Haomaru. Haven't played Samsho yet, but it looks like they did a good job incorporating some aspects of it into these characters, like the massive amount of hit stop on some of these moves. You can actually combo crouching heavy punch into super pretty easily. His projectile gives him a good opportunity to approach on hit, and the sword slice sound effects are just really satisfying. Nakaruru. Her moveset is a bit different from 14 and visually looks a lot better. In addition to her dagger and hawk, her arsenal now includes a cloth to smack you around with. I really like the colors they chose for her attack effects. It's like a yellowish orange and magenta. The way she used her hawk in her level 2 super is fantastic. I think half of my interest in this team is just from how their attacks look, but it's not like that's a bad thing. Darlie Dagger. Not who I would have expected for this team's third, but I'm not complaining. She's a cool character. It's funny how floaty her jump is. This woman's a mountain of pure muscle and she's wielding that giant sawtooth sword, but her jumps end only slightly later than Kula's. I think she's the one I'm most likely to play at some point. Her combos look awesome and they do a ton of damage. And that's it. Unless SNK decides to make more team passes, this is going to be the last one for this game. Might also be the last one in general for this year, because while I would like to do one for Guilty Gear Xrd, I have to be more frugal with my money at the moment. Can't really afford to buy it until it goes on sale for dirt cheap. I do have a Patreon, but I'm reluctant to promote it since I don't have any incentives to offer yet. Whatever the Patreon reward ends up being will probably have something to do with fighting games since that does pretty well on my channel. I mean, just look at my Melty Blood video. As far as the incentive goes, I'm open to any suggestions. I don't want to just be a fighting game YouTuber, even if I am a big fan of the genre. Anyway, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed, consider subscribing to see more stuff like this in the future, and remember to leave a like while you're at it. Hope you have a great day. Cue the outro.